The so-called black tax is something that a lot of young professionals are having to deal with today. A situation where they feel that they need to pay back, they need to pay money, they need to help other family members who are perhaps less fortunate and who help them to get where they are today. And it's obviously called black tax because this applies to a lot of young black professionals. But the interesting thing is that it doesn't really just apply to black professionals or black people. It applies across the board. There are many, many people who are supporting aging parents. With longevity, people are going on retirement and they're living into their 80s, into their 90s, outliving their money. So their children are having to support them. There's this concept that we know as the sandwich generation, where in fact you are supporting aging parents and you may still have children at home or children that you're busy raising, and you're caught in the middle, having to support and help everybody. But coming back to the black tax, or this tax, this unavoidable, sort of obscure tax almost, that we need to pay, that we need to give, we need to pay back to family members. What does it actually do to us? What is the impact? Well, the impact is that your money is not your own. So particularly if you're starting out, if you've qualified, you've graduated, you actually want to go out into the world, you want to have a nice car, you want to get going with life, you've got a good job, you earn a good salary, but yet you've got all these responsibilities. So what do? How do you cope? It prevents you from doing your own proper financial planning because, as I say, your money is not your own. And a trap that is easy to fall into is to actually go and incur debt. So I want to have nice furniture, I want to have a nice car, I want to have all the nice things, but I still need to pay back to the family members, to those less fortunate in my family. So I end up going into debt. So be very careful not to fall into that trap. Another thing that I can say to you is prevent or be careful that you don't become the family ATM. And I say that because it's very easy. If you tell everybody what you're earning, they're all going to be there and they're all going to want their slice of the pie. So you need to set some boundaries in your own life. You need to create some balance and you need to put your own needs as a priority as well as the needs of others. So I'm not saying being entirely selfish. I'm not saying don't give back and don't support and assist family members, but also place your own needs on the forefront. Do that through budgeting. Draw up a budget. Make sure that you pay yourself first, that you set aside money for you. Also make sure that you have money for you to live, money that you can survive from month to month, so you don't find yourself having to incur debt just to live so that you can support other family members. And through a budget, you can actually work it out quite accurately. What are you going to pay for yourself and what are you going to be giving to other family members? And you maybe need to be a little bit tough at times because there's only so much you can give. You cannot give everything because it leaves you short. And it leaves you perhaps also in a feeling of a bit of despair because actually you've worked hard to get where you are and you also deserve to have some quality of life. So this tax, the so-called black tax, or being caught up in the sandwich generation, having to support others, is something that's not unique to any particular group, but you need to be aware of it. And by being mindful and aware of it, you can put a plan in place so that you can actually balance all your needs, the needs that you have for yourself, for your living expenses, and very importantly, to pay yourself first and to take care of yourself, but also be able to take care of the needs of other people in your family.